any minute now, the Rhode Island House of Representatives Labor Committee will meet to discuss a new bill that would change parental leave in the state.
12 News reporter Alex Torres Perez has been gathering details on the proposal and joins us live in studio with what the bill would do and how some new parents had to say about it.
Ted and Kim, in the last hour, I was actually able to speak with a parent who just celebrated her firstborn son's first birthday. Now, her job didn't offer any parental leave, but she was able to receive it through the state's Temporary Disability and Caregiver Insurance, or TCI program. Now, right now, that program offers about 6 weeks of paid leave. This new bill would double that to 12 weeks. It would also increase the weekly dependent bump, so new parents would get 60% of their salary plus $20 per dependent each week. Perks Devin Winkler didn't get to see, but hopes new parents will get to benefit from after experiencing what it's like to have a newborn baby.
The experience is so fresh in my mind, you know, the sleep deprivation, the hormonal shifts for mom, you know, just learning everything new, the anxiety and worry about caring for a little one, and then the little one's needs themselves. Like you can't have enough time out of work with a newborn. I'm sure any parent would agree that when it's time to go back, you always feel like it's too early.
And the House representative who sponsors this bill says he is hopeful it will pass this legislative session. Now, a similar bill to double the pay for parental or family leave was also introduced in the Senate, and we will, of course, keep a close eye on both bills and let you know of any developments both on air and online at WPRI.com. Reporting live in studio, Alex Torres Perez, 12 News.
State lawmakers plan to discuss a proposal tonight to give Rhode Islanders more paid family leave. 12 News reporter Alex Torres Perez goes over the legislation and what some parents think about these potential changes. Alex?
Well, Kim, I spoke to a mother who says the benefits of this bill can only help, especially after she had to find ways to get more time with her newborn son. Devin Winkler recently celebrated her son's first birthday, but she clearly remembers what it was like nearly 13 months ago when she brought her firstborn home.
The sleep deprivation, the hormonal shifts for mom, you know, just learning everything new, the anxiety and worry about caring for a little one, and then the little one's needs themselves.
She was able to get paid time off through the state's Temporary Caregiver Insurance, but didn't feel like it was enough.
You know, I was like, oh my gosh, it's crazy that it's already time to sort of go back.
The program provides new parents with 6 weeks of paid leave, but a new bill hopes to double that, putting Rhode Island on par with neighboring states.
It's much needed especially when our families that work in Massachusetts or Connecticut are entitled to 12 weeks of paid family leave for these really critical moments in their life. And so it's time for us to do it.
As a father of 3, Representative Joshua Giraldo, who sponsors the bill, knows how important the change would be for not only the child's development, but also the mother's health.
So being able to make sure that we're providing with Rhode Island families with that time off is something that I think is absolutely critical and necessary.
Do you think 12 weeks, like doubling the time to 12 weeks, is enough?
I think that it always could be longer, and it's never going to be a negative, but I think that 12 weeks is a great place to start.
And though Winkler will not get to see the perks, she hopes new parents get to benefit from it.
I really hope that there is a longer paid family leave offered soon.
And this bill will not only benefit new parents, but also those taking care of a loved one with a serious illness. Now, a similar bill was also introduced in the state Senate. We'll, of course, keep a close eye on both bills and keep you updated both on air and online at WPRI.com. Reporting live in studio, Alex Torres Perez, 12 News.